The old versus the new. Let the versus games begin. The first of its kind from the Caress line. Bars. So what does this competitor have to offer? Each of them have their strengths and their weaknesses. Highs, lows. Okay? Hey guys, Just here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we will be doing a versus of Caress versus Caress. You heard me right. The Evenly Gorgeous versus the Shea Butter and Brown Sugar. The old versus the new. For those of you that are already a part of the family, I'd like to thank you very much. However, if you are not, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell as well. So without further ado, I will not hold you any longer. Let the versus games begin. Let's begin here with the first competitor in the ring. Caress Evenly Gorgeous Beauty Bar Soap. So this is the original, the first of its kind from the Caress line. Bars. So, heading into the first category here, the scent before the wash. If you are familiar with it, then you know what it smells like. But if not, that is okay. You want to know why? I'm finna fill you in. So, this has a very sweet and really strong but mild smell. So, the two main scent ingredients are Shea butter, which is translation for shea butter, and then also brown sugar is it within it. So you combine that together, you're definitely guaranteed to smell like a snack, a pie, apple cobbler, peach cobbler, baked goods in general. It is a mild enough but sweet enough smell to where you could use this for everyday use, or you could use it for date night or special occasions. It does not smell diluted at all. Now, when it comes to the texture and consistency, bar soap is a little bit different. So for Evenly Gorgeous here, it feels really soft to the touch. The bar is thicker and contains more product than the other competitor in the ring, which we'll get to. Also, the bar here is 4.25 ounces bar of soap. That also remains noticeable with the box you guys see on the thumbnail. The exfoliating scrub particles are buried a bit deeper within the bar of soap as well. Now, what happens to the scent when water hits this competitor is that it dilutes a little bit. What you know that? But there's not much of a difference outside of that takes place. It's already a mild but sweet scent. Now with the lather, this does not lather much, and I think that is due to it being an exfoliating beauty bar. It's designed to apply directly to your skin, whether you are using the exfoliating, the smooth side without the logo engraved in it, or the side where the logo is engraved into it. You know, it's designed for that. Now, when it comes to the rinse of this competitor, it takes a little bit more work because the formula of this Evenly Gorgeous Beauty Bar is at most milky. So you're going to have a little bit more work time to get this off your skin. If not, you're going to have that residue sitting on top of your skin, although it normally does not. Now, does it linger after the wash? Oh, yes, it does. At least an hour. Now, it dissipates in scent, but it's not until running up to the hour mark that it dissipates. It has a little bit more lasting power, Evenly Gorgeous, and that's definitely has to be attributed to the formula and the ingredients in which this was made. I have really expressed what this competitor offers And the matching body wash is a perfect complement. But today we're here to discuss the Evenly Gorgeous Beauty Bar. Let me know what you think in the comments, even at this point. Don't skip ahead. Don't. Now, the mildness and the sweetness, it seems to be buried within it because of the mildness covering this. But overall, this is just a beautiful scent overall. And I did not realize until looking back at it now that this was an exfoliating beauty bar. I have tried this beauty bar once before, but it's been so long, so I don't have the recollection from that long ago. So we're going off of this. Now that we have expressed here about our first competitor, Evenly Gorgeous, let's go to the next competitor in the ring. So here we have the copy, the redistribution, the rebranded version. Caress, Shea Butter, and Brown Sugar. So what does this competitor have to offer in the ring here of hygiene products? So this smells less sweeter in its scent than the other competitor. Now, when I first smelled it, it smells very sweet, but compared to our other competitor, Evenly Gorgeous, do you know? It smells less sweeter because it doesn't have that mildness of the soap. It doesn't have that ingredient, that mildness to cover over the sweetness. Therefore, I smell more of the sweetness, but it still smells a bit diluted. I know. I'm trying to make sense about this competitor here, over here in this side of the ring. I really am. It smells sweeter, but compared to its original, it doesn't smell as sweet, and that mildness does not cover it. It's like sappy sweet, but still smells less sweet. Now, when it comes to the texture and consistency, it also is smooth to the touch like our other competitor in the ring. The bar is smaller, sitting at a 3.15 ounce bar of soap, and the exfoliating scrub particles seem a little bit more abundant within the soap, but then also it could be due to the factory in which it was produced, in which they decided to add more scrub particles in this particular bar of soap than the other. So I just want to throw that out there because because production within a product can also affect how it performs as well, which is why we have formulas and recipes and exact measurements so that it can perform the same, and nothing has more concentration of an ingredient than the other ingredients. So it's just the same all across the board for every piece. Hope that makes sense. So here for this competitor here, when scent is introduced, it dissipates in its scent when water is introduced. It seems to water itself down at this stage of the process. So if you're looking for it to intensify or bring out another scent, it's mild. That's when the mildness comes out, when the water is introduced to this competitor. It's not really up for the challenge, but you know, it's there. It's just going to sit there and lie dormant. You feel me? It's going to. Now, when it comes to the lather here, this is where I get excited, because the lather on this competitor, Shea Butter and Brown Sugar, this one lathers a little bit better than our other competitor, Evenly Gorgeous. As you guys can see, that is definitely the case. Now, this is also an exfoliating bar, but I saw more bubbles and more lathering, and the process of working up the lather, much easier. I didn't have to go through a whole lot of swipes on the skin to get this to work it up, even with water being introduced, as far as a little bit of water, a lot of water, and what you guys are seeing. Now, when it comes to the rinse here, the rinse is easier. And that's because this isn't milky as our other competitor, Evenly Gorgeous. It's not as milky as that. Now, although it lathers better than our other competitor, the rinse is easier than the other competitor. It rinses easier than Evenly Gorgeous. It most definitely is. Now, does this linger after the wash? It does, but the most that this lasted was 30 minutes. 30 minutes onward, following up to the hour mark, that is when this competitor here said I tap out. Okay, we're not going to do this for much longer. It was playing pat a cake. Okay, pat a cake, pat a cake. Even with me trying to lather it up after I worked this on my skin, it was pitiful. But it does lather up a little bit better than the Evenly Gorgeous competitor, the other one in the ring here in this competition. Now, who takes home the win? We will discuss in the next segment. Let's talk about both our competitors here, Evenly Gorgeous and Caress, Shea Butter and Brown Sugar. I would call this a tie, but each one of these beauty bar soaps from the same brand of Caress, each of them have their strengths and their weaknesses, highs, lows. Okay, this was a tough one because I like the scent in general. What I don't like is that they changed it. Evenly Gorgeous has captured my heart from the very first time that I have tried it in 2013. At the same time, the Shea Butter and Brown Sugar, the rebrand, the remake of it, has also kind of, tapped on my shoulder, and, it kind of captured my heart just teeny weeny bit. But I have a gripe with it. With the Caress Evenly Gorgeous here, its strength is that it's lasting power. Even as a soap, it's going to give you at least an hour of staying power, an hour of lasting power. And that's definitely because of the ingredients. What I don't like is that it doesn't lather as well as the rebrand, which can also be attributed to the ingredients. I like the mildness of Evenly Gorgeous, how it smells sweet and it smells sweeter than its rebrand counterpart, but the mildness is what carries it over and makes it bearable. For the Shea Butter and Brown Sugar, I caught on to what they did is that it's sweeter, but it doesn't have that mildness to cover it. I know that you're probably questioning by now, if you've made it to this final conclusion of the video, when you're smelling something and it's the same product but the ingredients have changed, they're technically not the same, because then you have to look at the strengths and weaknesses and its overall benefit that's going to be best for you. I kept looking at, well, Evenly Gorgeous has the mildness but it smells sweeter. But if you go to smell the Shea Butter and Brown Sugar, it smells sweeter, but it doesn't have the mildness. And because it doesn't have the mildness, it appears that it smells sweeter than the Evenly Gorgeous. And that's dependent on how your senses work. I'm going off of how my senses work. Caress Evenly Gorgeous takes home the win. I know it does not lather as well, but for me, it is the lasting power of the scent and the overall mildness that balances out the sweetness. Caress Evenly Gorgeous is the winner. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my detailed versus of Caress versus Caress. And until next time, and until the next video.